Whether you're a matchmaking warrior or competing at a high level, you're gonna end up rushing B at least at some point in time. That's why I've gone ahead and made a video that shows you the optimal utility to throw when rushing B on every single map in CS2. But before we dive into all that, I want to thank today's sponsor, SkinsMonkey. So, SkinsMonkey is an automated CS2 trading site that provides an instant way for you to get new skins. All you have to do is select your old skins that you don't want anymore and then pick out some fresh ones to trade for. It's as easy as that. And right now you could get a free $5 if you use code TACTICS on the site. And finally, you could get up to a 35% deposit bonus when using my code. So thanks again to SkinsMonkey for sponsoring this video. Links in the description. All right, so starting off with Ancient, I would say the best way to rush B is to come right here into this position and do a simple W jump throw at the top hole in this fence. That smoke is gonna go all the way up here and it's gonna end up landing on the right side of sight right here, and it's gonna block off both short and long for your teammates as they're running up like this. As you can see, after a couple of seconds, it's gonna fully expand into where there are no gaps until they get to this point. So if they're rushing with SMGs or Tech 9s, well, they're gonna have a big advantage in the fact that they're gonna be able to get much closer fights. And after you throw that smoke, as your teammates are running up, I definitely recommend going into this position and doing a jump throw with a flash towards the top right of this larger stone right here. That flash is gonna go all the way up here and it's gonna land on the opposite side of this pillar, not blinding your teammates. And if they're passing along the back side of this wall, notice how they can peek short without getting blinded by that flash, but the enemy is absolutely full blinded just like this. And of course, after you throw that first flash, you can also just jump throw at this little cross right here on the box, and that flash is going to do a similar thing. It's going to go over this wall right here, and it's going to full blind anyone in cave so that your team can push through and peek that angle. And so altogether, it's going to look something like this. You're going to go here and go ahead and throw your lurk smoke and then run behind your teammates to try to catch up to them as fast as possible so that while they're pushing out onto site, you're able to just go up into this position and throw the God flash, and then do another jump throw right here for the cave flash, and just like that, they're going to have blind players to fight on both short, and of course, as they peek into cave, they're going to be able to catch this guy blind as well. But if you'd rather rush cave, a pretty cool set that I learned from Wraith is if you go right here into this door and you do a run jump throw at this position on the bricks, this little dark spot, just before you hit this door, just something like this, well, that molly is actually going to land straight down here and completely molly off the inside here of cave entrance, separating cave from Jaguar. After that molly's thrown, right when you get to this point in the shadow, you can do a nice run throw here at this point on the wall, and you're able to run up here and flash off anyone that's playing in front of that Molotov. The only position you're gonna have to worry about is this corner right here, so it's a great way to just absolutely swarm these players and then push on through cave. So again, all together, that would look something like this, where you throw the molly, then throw the flash, and you can just peek in with that, catch anyone blind up front, and then just like that, you have all this position mollied off. Once that fades, you can go ahead and push on through. So now moving on over to Anubis, one of the best ways to rush this site is to go right here into this corner, and you're just going to do a simple jump through at this dark spot right here on the wall. This smoke's going to go all the way up through this window, and it's going to end up smoking off both Palace and Long at the exact same time, so that when your teammates are running out, they only have to worry about this side of the site. Right after you throw that, while your teammates are running in, you're going to go right here into this position, and you're going to do a simple jump throw with a flash right here at this guy's elbow, and then another flash right here at the top of these two shields in this position. So this elbow flash right here, that's going to full blind anyone set up in the back of sight right here. And then the other flash that goes up to those shields, I'll go ahead and throw that one again for demonstration purposes. That is going to catch anyone that is sitting back here on this position. So if you get your teammates to scale along the back side here, right after you throw this as they're coming in to blind this guy, and then if they scale along the back, you can throw that second flash to full blind this player right here in this position for them to kill, and it's not going to full blind your teammates. So again, all together, it's going to look something like this. You're just going to do the nice jump throw, and then you're just going to run up into this position, and you're going to throw these two flashes for your team as they run out. Big thanks to Austin CS for this one. I think I learned this from him on stream a long time ago, maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. So shout out to him for this one. So now moving on to Dust 2, if you're ever going to rush B site, I definitely recommend smoking off door as fast as possible. And the quickest way to do that is as you're running over here to B site, you're just going to position your crosshair right here in this region towards the top of this wall to the left of the ladder. and you're going to do a run jump throw right before you hit this point right here. So you're just going to go right around this position, aim right here, and do a run jump throw. And as you can see, this smoke's going to go all the way up here, and it should bank off of this back wall and land right here on the back side of this door, completely smoking it off to where there are no gaps whatsoever as a part of the rush. Big credit to Louis CS2 for this one. I think he was the first one that found this. It's a really helpful one for a B rush. And of course, there's always a few flashes you can throw to help your teammates as they're running out as a part of this rush. You can just always throw one up like here really early to blind anyone back on site, but I'm not as big of a fan of that flash. I recommend either going into this position and jump throwing at this stain right here. What that's going to do is it's going to go up here and it's not going to blind your teammates as they're running out. Even if they're like right outside the door, it's not going to full blind them. And that's going to catch anyone playing along this back wall around car where they don't have too much time to react from. And it's also going to get all of sight here. Even though they will have plenty of time to react, they're going to at least have to turn. And then of course, you can never go wrong by just run throwing a flash up above this window to where it lands right here into this pocket, where that's going to blind any of the players, whether they're up here towards window or back on site, any of these positions, while it's not going to blind your teammates as they're running up. So it's a really good flash to throw as a part of a rush. So if you're ever rushing banana on Inferno, one thing that you'll notice is that a lot of pros are going to throw a molly that's going to land on the backside of half wall to where it's very difficult for you to rush. So what a lot of the pros are doing is they are actually throwing a preemptive smoke as a part of a banana rush. They'll just run right up here into this position on this pillar, and they're going to do a W jump throw towards the bottom right of this dress. And that smoke's going to go all the way up here, and it's going to actually bank off the side of this building, and it's going to land right down here, and that's going to extinguish any of those early Molotovs. As you can see, this is what the timing of this thing looks like, right? As you're running out here, you may just throw a molly right here. That may go down for a second, but then it's going to immediately get put out to where the T's can run right through the smoke. And then after you've thrown that smoke, a great flash to pair with it is to come right here into this corner and do a simple jump throw towards the top right of this little do not enter sign. That's going to go all the way up here. And believe it or not, this flash is not only going to blind top car, it's also even going to blind people that are standing behind half wall, even in a tight angle like this. The one thing you do have to keep in mind with this flash is now that this arch is gone, it will blind your teammates if they're just out and exposed in this position. So a great thing you can do is you can actually wait until they're up on the smoke and you can throw that flash, and then your teammates can run through the smoke and have blind enemies to fight. An even better flash than that is if you go right here into this crack in the wall and do a simple left click just above this light right here. That flash is going to go all the way on the other side of half wall, so your teammates can actually go through this smoke and just obliterate anyone standing out here in the open. So now moving on over to Mirage, you can get a couple of teammates to drop you some smokes, and you can throw this nice set. You can go up to the tip of this antenna right here and do a run jump throw right before your crosshair hits this point. So just a simple jump throw like this. And as you can see, this smoke's going to go all the way up here. It's going to bounce off of this position right here and completely smoke off a market window. And right after you throw that smoke, you can move your crosshair just a little bit to the right and do that exact same lineup. And that is going to go on past window, and it's going to fully smoke off door, as you can see right here. And right after that, you can do a simple jump throw right at these little wires on the building, and that's going to go all the way up here, and it's going to end up taking a bounce right here, and it's going to land right in the middle of Cat, completely smoking it off with no gaps on either side. Now, of course, you don't have to throw all three of those. Just one of them will definitely help out as a part of a rush. And then I definitely recommend going into this position and doing a run jump throw towards the bottom left of this window just before you hit this pole. And that is a nice flash for B site that's going to also get anyone standing down here below Van without hardly any time to react whatsoever. So now moving on over to Nuke, the best way to rush B is through a good old-fashioned vents drop. So a lot of times you're going to see players going into this corner, crouching and doing a nice little jump throw right into this position for a nice little vent lurk smoke. And as you can see, that smoke's going to land all the way out here, and it's going to allow you to push through Squeaky and then slip down vent without the CTs completely knowing that you're doing that. But unfortunately, that smoke takes a little while to line up. So I recommend doing it this way. You're just going to throw all this yourself. You're just going to run straight through here, and you're going to do a nice little run throw with an HE right here towards the bottom of this sign where it would intersect with the floor. And that's going to end up going right here, and it's going to break that door open. Right after you throw that, you're just going to run up through here, and you're just going to aim right here in between this sign and this sign right here. And you're going to do a run through with the smoke that's going to bank all the way out here. And that is going to fully smoke off this area to where you're able to go down vent without the CTs spotting you. As you can see from my perspective, it's pretty difficult. That is definitely the fastest way to just get down vents and create a lot of pressure for the players on site. And if you ever want to rush B on Vertigo, you can throw one of these two smokes or both of them if someone can drop you an extra. You just go right here into this position, and you can do a simple jump throw towards the bottom left of this scaffolding, and then you can go in between these two support beams right here and then all the way up to the top and do another jump throw just like that. As you can see, this first smoke I threw is going for the left side generator, and the second one's going to land right here and smoke off the right side for a full smoke wall to rush out onto B with. And of course, I always recommend someone just going into this position and either throwing this God Flash or this variation of the God Flash for your teammates as they're running up to where it's not going to blind them, but going to absolutely destroy any of the positions on back site. So yeah, guys, I hope you learned something new from this video and it helps you out the next time you rush B, no matter what map you're on. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments below because I love getting feedback so that I can make more videos that you guys want to see. If you want to support me, go ahead and click that Skins Monkey link down in the description and I'll see you guys in the next one.